Good evening, Will from Will's Electrical Services. Welcome back to another episode of Electrician TV. I'm just down at the Magic of Christmas. In tonight's episode, we've got bits and bobs of testing and all that. So let's get into it. And look how beautiful this shop is. We've been looking after these for about 5 years now, haven't we? About 5 years?
Yes, so it is Wednesday morning. I'm doing a test with Ebsy. We've literally just come here. So this is a void. They've literally just redone this kitchen. They're actually doing the bathroom upstairs. What we've got here is we've got two rewirable fuse boards, which the bottom one is now obsolete because they've actually got central heating in here. So Ebsy, one of the main criteria is we've noticed is that rewirable fuse board has got no RCD protection. So what would you say would be major issues with that?
Well, first of all, like for example, like the cooker socket, that can be used for like extension to run out the back door.
Yeah. And what is the problem with the sockets on the ground floor? Bear in mind, this is a 3-bedroom house with a garden.
They can all be used outside and all that.
Yeah, nice one. What would you say about sockets upstairs?
C3 maybe.
Yeah, because it's for general use. Because you're not really going to use. The main criteria is that they can be used outside. It isn't so much whether they are. That is also, and also, what other things do you know? Do you know any others? What about upstairs? What do we always look for upstairs?
Probably like bonding in the bathroom.
Yeah, supplementary bonding, yeah, so it's got to be complete. So anything that's got a shower or a bath has to have RCD protection. Also all the lights as well. And also we have got a load of metallic light switches as well, and light switches and that, so we've obviously got to check, so we have to get the wonder lead out as well. So obviously we've got to have a look for the bonding for the water and the gas. We can kind of see the water, but we obviously have to disconnect it. Yeah, look, I think that's been...
Definitely tight.
I think that's definitely been painted over, guys. Yeah, have we found the gas one yet?
No, not yet.
The gas one will probably be outside, I should imagine. I'll have a little look. You can probably follow the pipe in there. Yeah, so it goes through the wall, so there must be an external cabinet. There's loads of rotten knife fittings and all that in there. So you're going to thank Ryan for your new speaker.
Yeah.
That's proper decent, isn't it?
Yeah.
We'll show people in a bit, because obviously this is YouTube. We'll show you in a bit what he gave him. Right, let's crack into it. So what we're going to have to do is pull all the fuses, you know, like what we normally do. So put them all down on the floor, turn the main switch off, pull them all down, and then put them all down in the order we pull them out in.
Yeah.
And then obviously we're going to have to put them back in. Absolutely hate testing these boards. They're absolutely well dangerous. Oh look, there's a bit of bonding going that way. So that must go out the front there. Yeah, we'll track that down. There ain't going to be a gas meter there. There ain't going to be water going that way. Right, we'll have a little look outside. It is freezing still. Oh look, yeah. Oh, nice one. Yeah, we'll clean that up and have a little look, yeah? I have to check to see how tight that is. Take a photo with the iPad, guys, yeah?
Yeah, right.
Well, we're going to wonder lead it anyway, yeah? Right, Ipsy's taken the board cover off now. So these are absolutely horrible things to test. So basically what we've got is... What we've got is obviously a 6mm on a for the cooker, 2 ring mains, because obviously they've got storage heaters. A lot of these sort of places have a boost, so what you'll probably find is one of them's an immersion. There'll probably be one in the living room and one in the master bedroom. Then you've probably got upstairs and downstairs lighting, but it's all pretty neat, isn't it?
Yeah.
Then obviously you've got that little one there, which is obviously going to do the storage heaters, but we're going to probably recommend that stripped out and then get rid of it all than rather it keep going around, because at some point you'll probably get forced to change that through RCD protection, because obviously being a rental place, people only ever want to do the but just be careful. Look, see all them open links, so see that bit coming off that bottom bit of the switch there?
Yeah.
Obviously
That is a live buzz bar. It's well dangerous, and it's horrendous. I remember years back where I done a condition report, and where I done the insulation resistance, I left the neutral, I left a link on there. Fucking boom. Absolutely, but we live by our mistakes. But yeah, just be ultra careful, guys. Yeah, I'll probably do all the testing this one in the boards. Yeah, well, we're going to do all the end-to-ends out in the field and all that, because they are a bit of a widowmaker, you know what I mean? Boom. But there's probably about 1 million of these in everyone's houses still. And that's actually quite a new one, because it's all plastic. Most of them are usually got wooden or no backing at all. What we're doing is, you know, like what I was saying to you, that I won't remove that because you can't see it. But see, can you see that there? Yeah. That's the live bar all the way across, and that's the buzz bar. And what you can do is, I'm literally just checking to make sure it's dead, yeah? And obviously, because this is, see the top of them tails, look, you can see that that's actually live, yeah? So it's just a little bit of safe isolation on a known circuit, yeah? Obviously, I don't always do it the correct process, but I know the way that, you know, I'm comfortable with. So we now know that's dead. The reason why we've taken this out is we can do the insulation resistance where we put these links, and where obviously that'd be lethal. And where these are so awkward to take out is that we're actually going to do it on these bits, and then link up the live and neutral, then do it here. Then rather do it on a global thing, which is a nightmare. Yeah, and that's how we're going to do each circuit and go through them all, yeah? And that's how we do it on this type, yeah? All right then, Ebs. What do you reckon, Ebs? Do you reckon it's going to be done nice or decent? Usually you find if the bore's been done pretty well, which it was, then usually it's been done properly, innit? Yeah, go on then, guys. Pull that now. So there must be something in that cupboard then. That must be behind this drawer with. There you go, let's cook a nose. So there's no, that oven's only going to be, do you just want to open that door please, guys? See that, just see that silver screen there? What's it say?
230. Kilowatt max 2.5.
Yeah, so that's about a good point that Ebs has just made there. So when you have to plug these in, see there's no flash guard on the brass at all. So you plug it in, so you can actually touch the live parts with that. So you can actually get a belt off that. I think that's quite a regular, used to be a regular thing. So turn that back on, and then we look for the circuit here, and then we break it down. Ebs has done the figure of 8, and we've actually found something, Ebs, and all, haven't we? So we've got a high reading upstairs, which is a bit odd, that we've got to take the socket front off. And also one thing he did spot, which I didn't spot when I run around with the Martindale, the plug-in socket tester, is that actual socket is fed off that side of the house, where the second sockets are actually on the living room and master bedroom, which is above. So that's a nice spot. What we'd normally do there is put a warning label on the board, so obviously if anyone comes to change it, they will spot it. But we're going to whip that off and have a look in the front as well. Nice little spot, Ebs. But that's why we do it, guys, isn't it? And then we find anything that's odd, and then you can find where it's obviously wired and speaker cable, flex, and all that sort of cable. Big old house, tiny old garden, isn't it? Yeah. Beautiful little observation what I've got for you. We've got to put that blank plate back on up there, Ebs, yeah? What would you code that? So you've got the bath there. So that theoretically is in the zone, so that's a baton holder. But like I've got a similar thing at home, obviously not this sort of thing, but you can actually touch that light fitting from the bath, and if you was to slip, I'd say you grab hold of that. So it'd be interesting to know your opinion of the observation. Ebs is just getting the loops from upstairs. And we've also got the same problem with this one as well, which I would always code that as a C2, but because you could obviously, you know, it's obviously out the zone. This one probably isn't as it goes, but no fan isolator. But yeah, I'd be interested to know what your opinion is and what you code it, or what you think.
Do us all a favour, show some support and like, subscribe, and flick the old bean of Will's Electrical Services.
Yes. Our Davis massive.
Cheers, Andrew.
You're right, Reece. What are you doing up there?
Well, we're obviously wiring lights and stuff. We've got the beam lights going in, but where we've drilled through the oak and where it swells and expands and contracts in the weather conditions because it's so old, we're putting pipe in, a bit of conduit in, 20mm conduit, just so that where the cable comes through, you can it stops it from crushing the cable where it swells and expands. So yeah, that's just what we're doing with this.
Nice one.
Yeah, nice little tip. It's a nice little barn though, isn't it, Olive?
Yeah.
I say little.
Yes,
It's
huge.
a big old barn. Just obviously running all the rest of the cables in and stuff.
You cold, Reece?
Oh, it should be illegal. It's like -6 in this place.
Yeah. It's quite chilly in
It
here.
is ridiculous.
It's like a freezer.
Yeah, we've got a lighting sockets fed from the switch down there, so that it's got some ironmongery going back on this wall from where it was a barn before, and they want to light it up with some decorative
Christmas lights and
Christmas
stuff,
lights,
yeah.
festoons or whatever. So yeah, we've just got this. There's going to be, obviously you've got to label the socket lighting only, but yeah.
Happy days.
Exactly.
Nice one.
That site with Reece baby, and we've got Ollie as well. Ollie's doing all the brackets, so you got most of it wired then, Reece, didn't you?
Yeah.
Then well, it's cold, isn't it? Where's the old heater?
It's that thing's worth nothing.
Well, yeah, it's not.
alright, it's
It's
alright.
only supposed to be like for 10 minutes whilst you're standing in front of it, guys.
It's
like
alright
pissing in the wind with it. Like, well, you weren't going to heat the place. It was just.
Obviously, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I thought you would put it in like a little room or something. No work windows.
Big open hallway.
Don't swear, guys. You're on YouTube at the barns just meeting up with Reece. We're just going to let you walk through it all. So Reece is going to explain it all, because then obviously if I pick up on anything, we know. So we've got a data point there. That obviously goes back to the router, doesn't it?
Yeah.
All the sockets. That's self-explanatory. So the light switches. They've got no bed lights switches here, have they? They don't want any. So we've got the outside lights. So we've got some beam lights, haven't we?
Yeah, we've got beam lights down there, obviously, and this side as well.
Yeah.
The switch for this is like obviously the beam lights. There's a pendant going in there. There's spots, but and also this is getting blocked up now. The doorway was originally there, but it's now moved to here.
Yeah.
So this is going to do the toilet, the ensuite as well.
Who's got all the drawings for all the downlights and all that?
Usually, they're on them. I'm pretty sure they're on trade file already.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, nice one.
So,
Oh, sweet. And then obviously we've used all these conduits recently to for the oak expanded.
I've done a little review of it earlier as well.
I see. Have you done any videos?
Yeah, we've done a video
nice
earlier
one.
about it. This was going to be a wall light as well,
Yeah.
which was what this noggin was for, but they've moved the doorway for the bedroom to be here now, so obviously it's just going to be a pendant in the doorway.
That's going to be a lovely room, isn't it?
Yeah, it's going to be nice. This obviously is a bathroom.
Yeah. They don't want any fans or anything, do they? Because they've got the window.
Got a window, so yeah.
They're never really going to use it. It's only for Daniel and Louisa to come in.
Yeah.
Use their grandkids.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, sweet.
We call it the south wing now, isn't it?
South wing.
It's going to be really nice once it's done.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's huge, isn't it?
Yeah.
We've gone through some cables. You go through a lot of cable.
Oh mate, well the problem with barn conversions and listed buildings and stuff, you can't drill through certain things, so it makes cable routes like 10 times longer. So it's a bit of a nightmare, but
Yes, Teresa, you're better than this than me, Jesus.
we've got
Yes, Teresa.
obviously we got round it. We're getting there. It's pretty
Yeah.
much wide.
No, you're doing well, guys. You're doing well.
There's just some like finalised positions. The builder kind of wants to pull through his lights on it on his own. We were going to offer to put noggins in, but he's like, I just want to pull him through because he's boarding it all himself. He wants to pull him through into the position that he wants to.
Well, so he's going to put them on plasterboard then?
Yeah. Yeah, he's boarding it all and insulating it all himself, and so.
And we've gone for all that because we can get the board here as well. Get the board done before it's done. Do a list of all the materials and all that. Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the main one, isn't it? So have we bowl bag, and we've got to do the 6mm for the.
Yeah, we've got to reroute that.
Reroute that.
Yeah, that's one of the next jobs, obviously.
Yeah. I see, getting there then, Ray. See, the kitchen all done, and we got to get the board. I'll show you out the front. Yeah. I'll show you out what we got to do. Oh. Thursday morning, I'm just with Ebbsy. We're just doing a condition report of this 3-bedroom house. But basically, it's got a garage with a small power as well. Do you just want to show him, give him a quick tour of what you can see? So see that leakage on the head.
The black goo.
Yeah. So can you get that in focus? You got your head torch. See where it's been leaking.
Yeah.
See, all we can do is just report that. I actually know the landlord personally, so even though it was a tenant who sent us it, but that should be reported to the D&O and come have a look. But the top of the board's a bit rough.
Yeah,
It's funny, look, showing the Hager boxes where someone's obviously done a condition report and they've got that. But a couple of interesting things that I found already, which I've done like to look at. Them tails need supporting. There's some PVC used outside. You know, that's only ever going to be a C3 because this is in their cupboard. Obviously, not so that fuse board's not in an escape route or anything like that. So there's no problem with that being plastic, is there? There's no thermal damage, but there is overloading. But what we have found straight away is obviously. I don't know if there's any hoods. Pretty sure there's no hoods, is there? These don't work anyway, so they need changing, but yeah, there's no hoods up there. What is that? So that's like lava and plaster, so someone's just smashed the lava and plaster away. So this is obviously a 3-bedroom house, so that is obviously going to be rooms above, so that is going to be an issue because I always put them as C2s because they've got habitable rooms above. You've got habitable rooms above. I know it's a bathroom, but there's always thermal damage on them ones, and there's 3 of them that don't work. So the guys actually left 3 out to change, but they're actually the same as what they are before. They're all open back, so they won't be going up. But yeah, it's alright. Oh look. Nice guys, what are you drinking there? Dirty sod. So yeah. It's all good, it's all quite reasonable. I'd say it's probably only going to be a few minor, but obviously then downlight's going to be one. That's mounted quite low, but you're not really going to damage anything on there. I suppose that's all okay. The wiring looks like it's from the 80s. All the smoke alarms are in date as well. Obviously we check all that, there's 3 of them all in here. They're all, see those with the extra bit on the bottom. Trying to get it, so they're radio bases, so that's their house code and that light, so. Yeah, can you hear the other one going off? So they're all okay. Got some downlights in this bathroom as well. Obviously being upstairs, the problem isn't so severe, but we're having a look at it, having a look at the connections, but we're probably advised to get them changed over for the guy. Ebbsy's also noticed something here as well, is that Henny block you can actually, it's the neutral connection, but yeah, I totally agree, it's still a live conductor, you know, so that's open, that's pretty moody. We have to take that up as well, yeah. What's all them JBs for and all that? That's probably where that new colour cable is in there, mate.
Yeah.
I'd say. We have to get them out and have a little look.
None of the things are crimped either.
Sorry?
See, the lugs are not crimped either.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's not satisfactory. We can do our own. Where does that come? Oh, so that comes off that cable. So, yeah, that cable's had a bit of breakdown, but that's not actually, by the looks of it, it doesn't look like it's leaked for quite a while. I mean, why, look at all the old meterage and all that. She's an old girl, isn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, right, we'll get into it. We'll start breaking down the circuits, guys, yeah? Right, so with this fuse board, like, it's pretty interesting, really, because somebody has retrofitted two RCBOs. One is for the fridge freezer, which is, like, I was just chatting to Ebbsy about it then, weren't we, Ebbs? Yeah. Is that I can actually backdate that, because I reckon that was probably about 2010, maybe, 16th edition, that you used to be able to... when they brought in the RCD protection for sockets, everyone was a bit paranoid about the fridge freezers. So everyone used to put the fridge freezer on its own radial, and that is what that's all about. That is there. And then the second one, where it's got the bunch circuit for the lights, borrowed neutral, but that's a bit bizarre because this house, the wiring in this house doesn't look like it's going to be old enough to have borrowed neutrals. You know, borrowed neutrals is highly suspect. What's the cabling like? But it's odd, it's got like a 2.5. Something's going on there. We'll break it down and have a look. Whether it's two circuits. But both the neutrals look like 1.5 and the lives are 2.5. So do you want that back on that one?
Yeah.
So that's the fridge freezer, so that's that radial. And I just thought I'd share that with you, but that's what they've done. Look, the geezers come to put two RCDs in, and that's been tripping, and he's just put it down as borrowed neutrals. I bet you there's a fault on one of the circuits, and I wonder what that's all about. We'll look into that. We'll try and suss that out for us. So just looking at this down like that, we pulled down, like this was like obviously the one I was banging on about, but look, it's in a nicely connected, but look, yeah, it's got thermal damage, and they always have thermal damage, these. That's why we always insist in changing them. Look, it's got lava and plaster as well, so it's gonna be a bit awkward. But we've investigated where it says they've borrowed neutrals, and what it basically seems to be is the kitchen and the outside lights are on one circuit, and the living room and that room there is on another circuit. But I don't know why we've got suspicions about that, Ebbs, haven't we? So we're probably going to put that down as an F5 for further investigations, because, oh look, mate, it's got to put it down as further investigation, I suppose. Yeah, sorry, going back to that borrowed neutral. So basically what normally happens with a borrowed neutral, Ebbs, is, you want me to explain to you what a normal... so, you know, like when you do... so this one here would normally have like a two strappers in between. Yeah. And then what you'd normally do is have a permanent feed here, and then up there you'd have a single insulated like switch line to the light. And usually the best way you can find out how to do that is the upstairs lights would work with downstairs, which it clearly isn't. I've never really ever seen borrowed neutral. You probably could do on a two-way on a big house, but there's no two ways, is there? This switch here just does these two lights individually, so they're not two-way with them lights, are they? So I think that geezer was telling porkers. Don't you know? Yeah. So look, I think we might have found it. So basically what someone's rascals done is where they've wired the triple, they've wired the neutral down there. So yeah, if you whack that open, that's only going to have a switch line and a feed there, I suppose.
First switch off as well.
First switch off, guys. Yeah, nice one. That's a nice one, and that's why it's tripping it out, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh my giddy gosh. Yeah, so what you'll find is a normal, probably. That's so cool. Yeah, look, the neutral coming down. And that's what they've done. And that's where that moody sleeving's from. Yeah. I bet you that sleeving in there, I bet you that's probably like a yellow or something. Oh, there is a guy who I know in our village who's wired a lot of lighting in triples, and I know exactly who it is. You know, the plumber who come up at Nigel's? It's him. Ropey sod. That's what that is. That's the borrowed neutral there. Yeah. That's a plumber, guys.
Ropey old bar.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So what we have to... That's all tiled above there as well. Yeah, we'll have to look into that. We'll have to, yeah. But that is it, mate. That's for the bar neutral. Yeah, I'll drop the mic now, guys. Yeah.
Holy night.
Yes, Dreamscaper. Coming out with some old school back.
Right, thanks for watching, and don't forget, if you're going to be anything, then be electric. Up the old blues.